Sitting inside my truck. I'm about to head to work. I just got a new seat belt, or not a seat belt, steering wheel cover. Notice that my steering wheel right here is starting to wear, so I want to protect it a little bit more. It's that faux leather, of course. I bit my tongue yesterday, so it's kind of hard to talk. Hurts. I bit it good while eating. I bit it real hard, so it hurts. But I'm gonna put this on real quick. Took some work to get it on. I think it was just slightly too small. The website said it'd fit, but it actually, I know it's kind of hard for you to see, but it doesn't look too bad. It broke some stitches getting it on. So I think it's probably maybe about a 1/4 inch too small. So, but it'll work. We'll see how those stitches right there hold up. And I'm driving into the sun. I'm sorry about that, but it's the way it is. Mrs. Rush's Jeep will crank over, but it won't stay running. So, and I do have put some dielectric grease on there. You have to forgive me. I've got a bum hip today, and so I'm kind of a little bit of pain. I'm going to put something on that. I think it's a fuel pump problem. That's what I think it is. It's definitely a fuel issue. It's cutting out. It'll run for about a second. I'm getting these tightened up here so I can get this, see what it does. Cleaned off the corrosion off the terminals and put some dielectric grease on there, kind of help it get a good connection. I think I'm going to probably have to replace these battery cables on here. They're just corroding up. And I checked all these relays, and I'm just trying to troubleshoot it and find out what's going on. So I got it running. I think it was probably dirty terminals and a clogged fuel filter. Running a little rough. Okay. So what's going on here? That's a fuel problem. I think I may have diagnosed the problem. It's getting fuel, it's wanting to run, but I think it's an ignition problem. It's not wanting to stay running. So we're trying to figure it out. I think it might just be I looked at the rotor button last week and it was a little bit worn down. So I'm going to put some dielectric grease on it, see if that's get a good connection on it, and see if it keeps running. It's like the choke doesn't want to engage and keep it running, and it cuts out real bad. I checked a couple of the spark plugs and they are kind of black. It's like it's not burning the fuel well. If the distributor's going bad, it's just not wanting to keep running. I'm gonna put some dielectric grease on this, on these points in here, and see if that doesn't increase the fire rate. They are a little corroded and a little worn. I think I've got it figured out. I think it just needs a good tune-up. I did what I could. It runs. It wasn't running before. It would run for like 2 seconds and then shut off. But now I've got it running, but I have to really rev it up and I can feel the engine shaking. So I think it just needs a good tune-up. I did pull a couple of plugs and they were black and kind of smelt the fuel, so I think I'm not getting fire to it. So I'm going to do a complete tune-up on it and take it from there. If it's anything else and it keeps having the problem, I don't know then. It's probably something electrical, so relay or I'd have to get a code reader, and I'm not going to spend $200 on a code reader. Try to figure out what it is, because it's not worth that much. Okay. This is the spark plug I pulled out of this thing, and it smells of gas. I don't think I'm getting enough fire on it. So I think that's the reason why this thing won't stay running. It just needs a good tune-up, and I'm going to flush out the throttle body on this. So I'll go ahead and get some things done on this. See if we can't get this old Jeep running. Little man's sitting inside watching his TV. Oh, he just came outside. You coming outside, bud? He didn't answer me. I just heard him throw a bunch of gravel in his dump truck. Hi, bud.
Hi. I'm outside.
Yeah, it's nice and warm out here, isn't it? Okay, got it running right now. These are new spark plug wires, so I didn't have to change them. That rotor button looks a little iffy. It's a little bit iffy, but I think it should do. I don't think that's the problem. So the way I usually like to do it, especially in these easier models, is I just do one plug at a time with removing the spark plug wires if I'm not going to change them. Well, even if I do change them, I do it one at a time so I can remember the order that it comes in. So we're up here to number 2, and that one's kind of on there too. And I put all these hoses in the way. E. E. What's that say?
It says Jeep.
Okay.
Yeah, it says.
Oh, it's running. So I got some seafoam. This is a throttle body intake cleaner. You got to rev up the... It seems like it's running pretty good. It did not want to stay running. It would run for about 2 seconds. So I changed the fuel filter on there, off camera. See, that's what it's doing. Don't die on me. That's what it's doing to me. I wonder if that... See, it's a misfire. It's a misfire. I wonder if that... Yeah, we might have to go back to the parts store, bud.
This is dirt bite. Yeah, it's dirt bite. That's how big this dirt bite is. It just like a dirt bite.
Yeah, it's just like a dirt bike, isn't it?
It's just like a dirt bite. I don't know why. Look, these pedals. It's doing that. And it pulls out the bicycle. And it pulls out the bicycle. Let's see. Let's see.
You don't need to see. Why are you so fascinated with rocks?
It's gonna be slow.
It's gonna be slow?
Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah.
All right, see if we can't get back to this Jeep.
Mom's at work. Close to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, driving the Anna's.
You driving to Anna's?
Yep.
Alright, just move your feet. You gotta push down on it. There you go. Push down on it. This way. Go one. Like this. You gotta go one forward. Push down. You gotta keep your feet on the pedals. There you go.
Push your foot down. Go like this. Push it down.
Man, you got those training wheels down too low.
Oh,
Are you ready?
yep.
Whoa! You went so far. Do it again. Come on, do it again. Come here.
They push me.
Put your feet on the pedals, kid. Put your foot on the pedal. Here, right there. And push, push, push.
There you go.
Come on. Come on. There you go. You're getting it.
It's fun?
Yep.
I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Say
Be
bye.
good, okay?
Yay.
Good to see you, Anthony.
See ya.
I love when this bicycle.
Alright, let's turn around. There you go, good job.
Now we drive our Anna's. I'm gonna drive out to work.
You're gonna drive to work.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive to work. I'm not this level. I'm not this level. You're not fixing this door. Alarm was in the bowl.
I can't figure it out. I want to know what exactly the problem is before I go and spend more money on it. I went and got a distributor cap for it and a new rotor button. I'll take it from there. I think that if that doesn't do it, then it is probably a distributor, which is right here. And I hope that thing's not bad. I don't have to change that out. I'll go ahead and take this thing off. Okay, there's the rotor button. See, it's got a little bit of corrosion on it. I bet you this is original. And that's the distributor right down there. Oh, it's going right. So, the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to take them off individually and put them on individually. We can go ahead and take the coil wire off because we know where that goes, directly in the middle. So we got, and these are fairly new plug wires. Okay, there it goes. Give it a good squeeze. Coil wire, and it's snapped on. And there's this spark plug right here. This one, bad wire right here. Feels kind of loose. Yep, that's not doing it. There's something wrong. Else is wrong with it. It's running rough again. Like the choke's not cutting on. Still got a misfire. I bet you, I wonder if that distributor's going bad. I wonder if I got a bad wire. So I remember I said his part was inside watch. Well, I told one of my friends part was inside watching TV, and this boy came outside. He got dressed, put his pants on backwards, put his shoes on the wrong foot to come out and play. I'm gonna let him play like that.
I'm gonna lay my ball.
Well, good job, Spartan. At least you got them on the feet and you got your pants on your body, but you got them on backwards.
It's a motorcycle. It's just like a motorcycle.
Oh, that's too funny, too cute.
Yeah.
You're a riot, boy. Yep. Look at that. Got his pants on backwards. Shoes on the wrong foot. Just like a typical toddler. Yeah, you're funny. So I've actually located the problem. It's not this, it's this. So I put a little tube on there. You hear that? RPMs drop. So whatever this is, I'm on my cell phone right now, whatever that is, I gotta figure out what that is. That little hexagon looking thing right here. It's got these hoses that run from it. I think it might be a little bit clogged. I don't know what that is. I've got to do some research on it. But the engine runs fine. So I disconnected the vacuum hose that runs to it. Put this tube on there that came off this, because this doesn't do anything. And I got to figure out what... there it is. That little thing right here. What that is. Because it looks like it can unscrew. So I think I might take it off real quick and see if it's got a clog in it. Spray it out. But the engine's running fine. It's got a little bit of a misfire in it. I think I got a bad spark plug wire, or it's just the old engine. But other than that, got to reconnect that. But other than that, I think that's what the problem is. But my wife will be happy to get her Jeep back until I figure out how to fix that. If that's just a replacement part. Or what. But she's running. She's staying running. So I think I got it figured out what the problem is. I've been kind of troubleshooting and reading online what it could be. And I kind of fiddled around. This wire was hanging loose. It was down. And I think this is like a fuel regulator sensor right here. I'm not sure, but I think that's what that is. But this vacuum hose, I just unplugged it. If I plug it back in, you hear that? So after looking at it a little bit closely, I think this is the problem here. I believe this is what you call a fuel line regulator. Because if I look and I follow it down, there's a fuel line right here. So, and I believe this thing is bad right here. Because that's supposed to be able to suck that through. So I think that's a kind of like a diaphragm that moves back and forth and helps control the fuel ratio. So I think it's bad. It'll run without it. So we'll have to, I'm looking at it and I think it's a separate piece. I don't have to buy the whole setup for the fuel injection. So that might be, and I got to figure out how that would come off. And if I look at it closely, I just got to take, looks like that bracket right there, or where my finger is. That bracket, and they'll disconnect this vacuum line, because this vacuum line is the one that went right here. And if I take that off, it should slide straight out and be able to take it off this fuel line right here, which has a plastic piece in there. And so that being on a 30-year-old vehicle, that's probably going to break. Yeah, it probably will. So I might just leave it alone. It seems to be running fine without it. And I don't know. It can be the funniest things. It got a tune-up though. Got a tune-up on a new fuel filter. We'll get this down off the jacks because I still get it on the jacks in the back for doing the fuel filter. I did that off camera because I didn't want to get gasoline all over my equipment. I was going to do the fuel pump. I see if I can take that back because I don't need it. I diagnosed the problem. I just did some research and got over here, and it's like, what is causing this engine to die? So, and then I was like, there's something there. And so I just disconnected this part right here, and the engine just woke up. So I pretty much got lucky is what I think it did. But fuel line regulator is what I think that is. Yeah. So it can be the simplest things. Just that little bitty part right there. So it's probably got a collapsed diaphragm and doesn't want to stay open. I might take it off right now. I'll let this engine cool down a little bit, see if I can do more.